yesterday. They asked me how I felt, being born and raised, living life out here, never getting out. Well, I just smiled, said there's no doubt, son, I missed a few of the must-see spots in this world that everyone's running to. Oh, but I've climbed mountains, never leaving this place. Drove 100,000 miles in this old Chevrolet on this old dirty road. Yeah, that's as far as I've gone. But I married the woman that I love. After all these years, can't get enough. We laughed and we cried, made most of the time from right here. I learned that life's not about what you got, and the road less traveled leads you to God. If you're asking me, is this all that I ever did? It pretty much is.
I remember talking to my grandpa on the front porch of my house, and there's that white swing that we used to always sit in. It's still there, and he would tell me stories about life. He'd tell me stories about death, people that I never met and what they meant to him, and all these things revolved around Valdez, where I grew up, that little town. And I never thought about it at the time, but he did more in his lifetime in a 2-mile radius than I've even done in my lifetime, traveling all over the country in different parts of the world. And it showed me that you don't have to go search out the highest mountain and drive on the fastest interstate and go to the biggest city to live life to its fullest. And that's where pretty much his came from. I just picture walking up to a guy like my grandfather, who's working on an old car he's had since he was 20 years old, and having a conversation with him because I realized that he hadn't done any of the stuff that I'd done, and almost feeling like I was the cool person. But as he starts to tell his stories about stuff that he did growing up just right there, I realized that he was the cool guy, not me. And even though he was older, he had experienced and had more joy in his heart than what I was trying to get from doing all those things. And I guess it was just me trying to deliver a message that maybe we need to look to some of those values that we've lost to find our happiness, instead of trying to go out and do all this stuff to fill that void. And I was writing this with a good friend in Nashville, Robbie Wilson, and we just said, what do we want to tell the younger generation about the older generation, like the generation that I see as my elders, and then the generation that probably doesn't even really know what life is yet. What would I want to tell them about the other one?
It pretty much is.